Janice from Advantage Aromatherapy, and this is a long awaited video, I'm afraid. Yes, so I want to do a few videos on hot stones massage, and this is the first one. So I'm going to talk to you today just about the stones that I use, and this bad boy, my tank. Yep. So when I first started hot stone massage, I started with a regular old slow cooker, which is perfectly fine. Once I realised that hot stone massage was going to become a staple in my holistic offerings, I realised I needed to invest and upgrade. So the reason I bought this tank was for two reasons. By the way, these are available from most massage equipment places. But the reason I bought this one is, first of all, it was bigger, so it took more stones for the whole body and not just the back, neck and shoulders, which I started out sort of doing. And also, on a slow cooker, I had low or high, and it was very difficult to control the heat of my stones. So on this, it's awesome. Fill it up with cold water. There's a preheat setting here, which gets them nice and hot. And then I have my stones down, actually down quite low, about here. So it's higher than the low setting on the slow cooker, but lower than the high setting, if you know what I mean. The other thing I use just to check my temperature, make sure everything's perfect for my clients, is a jam thermometer. You can get these off of Amazon. Easy to use. Stick it in there between a couple of stones. Have a look at it. I started, I was heating my tank to about sort of 200. I always look at the Fahrenheit on this. So it was about, no, it wasn't 200. Yeah, it was about 140. And you know, as you do it, the more and more practice you do it, you get to know what kind of setting is right for you. I mean, now I don't heat it more than 100 Fahrenheit, which is probably about just below 40 degrees Celsius. So once you've got your tank on the go and the heats and temperatures as you want it, clients on the table, the first stone that I use is this one. And this is my sacrum stone. It's the first stone out the tank. It's hot, so I always have a towel over the lower part. When I'm doing the back, I just towel the lower part, and this sits on the towel, and the heat penetrates deep down into the body, drawing out pain, stiffness, and loosening, easing up muscles, which all these stones do. All these stones, the heat from them penetrate to about 1.5 inches down into the muscle tissue. So that's, you know, especially when you've got weather like we have now. It's January right now, it's cold, it's going to get colder apparently. These hot stones, it's a lovely, warming, comforting treatment, highly recommended for the cold months. Not so much recommended for the middle of summer, unless you're in a room with air conditioning, then it's fine. But yeah, I've given some hot stone massages in the height of summer here where we don't have air conditioning, and it's yeah, it's too hot. Anyway, so my next stone after that one, once you're wanting to warm up the back with your hands and get the muscles warmed up, the next one I use is, I have 4 or 5 large stones. You can see they fit my palm, and they're really good for effleurage, for up and down the body, getting the body warmed up. Ideal. The next one I use is, now this is an unusually specially shaped stone for me. It's called a trigger point stone. And you see it's kind of pointed, and this allows you to work down when you're working on specifically knots and tight areas. This really allows you to get down into those knots and ease them out. Great stone, of it. I can't actually tell you where I got my stones now because the chap no longer does it, I'm afraid, but I would certainly try and not go for the normal average kit stones. I would look for someone who actually does shape volcanic basalt stones. We use volcanic basalt stones because they retain heat really, really well, and they have minerals in them and stuff. So yeah, so basalt stones, but see if you can get some that hand done, because they're better. Anyway, having said that, I do have some run-of-the-mill stones that you get. You know, I've got some with my tank, so I'm going to use them. But I do find that the other ones are better. The next one is kind of similar. When I'm working on the upper back, if I need a bit more time and my trigger point is running out of heat, I have 4 of these, and these are really good. These are really good for going up and down the spine, for working in the rhomboid muscles up the back and around the scapula, and they're also quite good on the top of the hip where you have a lot of muscle attachment. They're quite good there as well, especially if you find any. I have found knots down there as well, so they're good for that. And then when I'm finished with the back, I will put the towel over the back and I will lay these. Now these are larger than my back stones but smaller than the sacrum stone, and they're quite flat, and these are great because they just sit and they just, you know, I put about 5 of these up the back along the spine, and then I cover it over with a towel, and that keeps all the heat in. And then your client is still getting heat treatment while you work on the legs. So I don't want this to be a very, very long video today, so I'm just going to, you know, get through them all. So these are the kind of size stones that I'd use for the legs. Again, they're a bit smaller than the back stones, but they're also really quite chunky. You've got a good grip with them. You can work, you know, on the backs of the legs and the calf muscles. Fantastic. So I have 4 of these for the back of the leg, 4 for the other leg, and then I also have 4 for the front of the left leg and 4 for the front of the right leg. Some clients are just bigger and have more muscle tissue. Maybe they have more muscles. Sometimes you need plenty of stones so you don't run out. And sometimes you have very, very thin clients and you only use 2 stones on the leg. So it varies, it very much varies from person to person, but I always like to be prepared and have plenty. So once we've done that and your client has turned over, I also use those leg stones on the fronts of the legs. And then I literally bought this from the pet store. It's for scooping out fish, but I use it for my toe stones. Yes, we have little small stones that go in between the toes. Now some clients don't like you massaging their feet, and that's absolutely fine. However, I don't like to leave the feet cold at all. So if I can see them, I have these fluffy warm socks. So if a client really doesn't like foot massage, or their feet are really too tickly, you can't touch them, and you can't put stones in between the toes, or you can't run the stone up, you know, the foot, then these are great. Stick them on them. You'll still have toasty feet, and you're still reaching, you know, doing hot treatment on the body. You're not missing the feet out. So after that we come to the arms. I love arm and hand massage. The stones that I use for that are smaller again. They're probably almost half the size of the leg one, and they're thinner as well. And these are great. So I have, how many do I have? 4 for each arm with these. Again, they sit in the palm of the hand quite nice for going up the arm towards the shoulder, all sides of the arm. The heat doesn't last as long in these, but then you're not spending quite as much time on the arms as you do on the legs. I also have a set of stones, sort of palm sized, and when my clients either lying down or when they're lying on their back, I think it's nice for them to be holding a couple of hot stones during the treatment as well, because the heat in your hands, you know, like if you're cold and you plunge your hands into the sink and you're doing dishes, you feel warm, you know, you don't feel as cold because that heat travels through your body. So I like the idea of my clients having a nice warm stone in their hands as well. Also for the hands, I have my second, oh no it's not, that's the toes, my second one. Now these stones are sort of longer and thinner, and they fit perfectly just in between the fingers like that. And your clients can look like Wolverine by the time you're finished. That always makes me laugh. But yeah, so, you know, but it's nice. The heat in between your fingers is really lovely, especially after you've just had your hands massaged. So yes, we have them. Then when I come to doing the face, we need nice, small, delicate stones. So I have two of these. They're little short stubbies. These are lovely for just gentle presses along the head, or working a wee bit around here. You know, working up here from the forehead. Sorry, this shouldn't be a tutorial. This is just meant to be informative. But once I'm finished using them, I use these, and these are kind of thin and flat, and you can just use these all around the face, and it's really nice, very relaxing. So what do I use to pull my stones out of the tank with? I use one of these. Just scoop in, and I mean, you can buy these very cheaply in Tesco, whatever, your local store, not dear. So these are really great. I also have a tray set aside with a towel on it. I get my stones out, and you know, once they've been used, they stay out, and that helps to keep my tank clean. I think it's just hygienic, really. I did have a hot stone massage when I was in Holland, and the lady had a tiny wee tank, and she only used like 4 stones. And she kept putting the stones back in the tank to reheat. So personally, I'm just not keen on that. I think once it's out and it's been used on the body, it really should go to one side for cleaning. The tank's really easy to clean, by the way, really, especially when you don't put your stones back in there again. So really just a wipe with antiseptic wipe, or you know, you can give it a good wipe with hot soapy water as well. But so it's quite easy to clean. This lifts out. This comes out of here like this, and you can empty it and clean it. It also has a lid, so when you're heating your stones up, that'll make it heat quicker because the heat's kept in there. The last thing I always keep to hand is a bowl, because my bowl, if I've got some stones out and they're not quite the temperature I need them to be yet, and I really need to use them, I will stick them in here, put some cold water in here, and all you literally need to do is plunge the stone in and get it out and dried, and it will have cooled down several degrees. So that's also very handy to have. So thank you for watching my video. If you have any questions or anything you'd like to know, anything that I didn't explain, then please put a comment below. If you're new, thank you for watching, and please subscribe if you want to hear some more videos about lifestyle, essential oils, holistic therapies, and until next time, I'll say goodbye. So here we are, as promised, little video of the tank with the stones in. Another thing that I forgot to mention was I always put a towel in the bottom of my tank for 2 reasons. The first is it protects the tank from scrapes and scratches, and the second reason is that it it helps to muffle the sound. So when you're fishing stones out of your tank, then this will help it not be so noisy and clunky. So here we have sacrum stones, trigger point, my 4 pointy stones. These are my large back stones. These are the big ones, and I didn't say in the video, I do actually lay these ones on top of a towel while I then go on with the back, and a towel goes under them and a towel goes over them. And these are all my leg stones. Legs take a lot of work usually. These are my arms and hand stones. These are my facial stones, and these are the stones that the client can hold in their hands. My other stones are in my drawer here, and I literally just sit them in like that. Just another wee word before I go. I am in Falkirk area. I am Advantage Aromatherapy. I do hot stones, aromatherapy, Indian head massage, hoppy air candling and reflexology. So if you want to book yourself in for hot stone treatment, then look me up. I have a website, I'm on Facebook, and give me a call. Okay, bye.